Alright guys, hope you're doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. A couple of days ago I was made aware of what appears to be a new glitch, which allows you to have two exotic weapons equipped at the same time in a loadout. Now I've been trying to find out more information about this glitch over the last couple of days, just so I could give more information in this video, but I'll be honest guys, I really can't find that much about it, even though there is apparently a tutorial or evidence of how to do it somewhere based on the description provided with an image showing the glitch. Let's take a look at this, and if anyone knows how this is performed, how you might be able to replicate this, hit me up in my DMs on Twitter at Epic Slayers. As always, I don't recommend anyone try to replicate this to avoid any potential bans Massive might consider. So first and foremost, this is one of those glitches which I hope becomes a feature, and I'll talk more about that in a little while. But guys, I need your help here if at all possible. On screen is the image of someone having equipped two exotic weapons. I've blanked out everything else so as not to reveal the identity of this person, but I can assure you everything in the image does look real. It doesn't look doctored in any way, and there's no reason why I wouldn't believe what I'm seeing. It's quite possible this is a bug, but not included in this image was a comment attached to it saying that it took some research to find out how this is done. So again, I think this points to an actual glitch rather than a bug or someone else. I did a lot of research in myself along with OB-Aid, and we actually found out it links back to a Facebook page, a page I've been able to join, but none of the comments give away how this is done. And I did check the entire Facebook page, and I couldn't find anything on there where this would come up previously in order to kind of replicate it. The image itself is taken inside of the Dark Hours raid, so it's possible this can only be replicated in that particular raid. I don't know that for sure, but that's a possibility. I'll be honest guys, I really don't know much at this point at all. If anyone knows how this is done, please let me know. I just want to quickly intervene here. After editing this video, I've actually found out that this is a glitch. It's not made up, and based on kind of the lack of bug fixes recently, it's likely that the devs are probably not going to focus on trying to fix this until later on in the year, either before the new content just comes out or possibly afterwards. I don't anticipate this glitch being fixed anytime soon is what I'm saying, to be honest, but I have pretty much 100% confirmation. Well, I have 100% confirmation. I don't want to say I'm pretty much. I do have 100% confirmation that this is a glitch. So yeah, there is that. But anyway, I guess with this glitch in mind, why don't the devs just let us have two exotic weapons equipped at one time? I really don't see the issue with it. I know this is a glitch and this is unintended, but why not? Same for exotic gear as well. I mean, this was something we had in The Division, and I know what the devs are going to say to this. In The Division, exotics were just kind of more powerful items to regular items. They didn't really have their own identity for the most part, and that's kind of how they worked. That was about it. They were just kind of just a power thing. That was it. Whereas in The Division 2, they wanted you to build around exotics. They didn't technically want exotics to be the most powerful. They wanted exotics to change the way that you play the game. And only then, when you played to the strengths of that exotic, and when you fully engaged with it, could you extract the power from it. Obviously, we know that for some exotics that will never work because the balance is just not there, but for a lot of the exotics that is exactly the case. Now, whilst I understand their philosophy with exotics this time around, and to some degree I probably agree that exotics shouldn't just be more power, and I do think that they should have more of an influence on the way that you play, I think having two exotic weapons should be a feature with the new content. I mean, I can think of some exotic weapons that really don't require a specific way of playing in order for them to feel good to use or to get the power out of them. So combining two of those isn't going to change anything, except I think it will probably make players happy with this. I think a lot of players will probably be happy with this feature. I know I would. And you know what? When I really think about it, it really doesn't actually matter that much if players engage with exotics how they are attended to, because players just want to have the freedom of choice. And Like, if I want to throw on 2 exotic weapons and, 6 exotic gear pieces, even if it means the build I'm running is going to be trash, then just let me. That's kind of how it worked in the Division, right? Yeah, you could have an all-exotic setup and that could work well. But for the most part, that wasn't the best build in the game, but it was just fun to use. And it just felt good to use all those exotic items. So I'd like to probably see that here. I do think it's about time the devs remove some of the restrictions from the game and allow us players to have more choice, starting with equipping more than 1 exotic weapon or more than 1 exotic gear piece. I would just say let us have 6 exotic gear pieces. I don't think the devs are going to do that. They might allow us more than 1. They might allow us to have 2 or 3, but why not just have 6? I don't see the issue. Now, it's quite possible this glitch has come up because this will be a feature in the future. And I say this because a little while ago, you may have noticed the option to matchmake in normal raids is now there. But it doesn't actually work. This, I believe, is a bug, although I'm not 100% sure on that. It could be that this was implemented with a maintenance, whether on purpose or by mistake, in preparation for the new content where this will be a feature, which is why it's currently inactive. It doesn't make sense to have this feature that doesn't work if it wasn't something that was going to be planned for the future, in my eyes. I can't see how this would have made it in the game any other way. So maybe this glitch is a premonition of things to come. Premonition might not be the right word because, it has negative connotations and this wouldn't be a negative feature. But you get what I mean. This could be a clue as to a feature coming with the new content. But that's about it, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I highly recommend you don't try to replicate this just in case Massive decide to take action. You just never know. They haven't really been that consistent on what they're willing to take action on and what they're not. I wouldn't say that this is game changing, although if you were to go in, I wouldn't even say if you took this into PvP it makes really any difference, but because for the most part throwing on 2 exotic weapons isn't going to make you any more powerful than someone who's got 1 exotic and 1 high end, to be honest. So it's not like it's game breaking. It's not like, do you remember ages ago we had the damage glitch, which was fairly game breaking? Even I think that worked in PvP. I can't remember, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And plus, like I've said throughout this whole video, I think this needs to be a feature. If it happens to you unintentionally, then I've got to say, please report this on the official forum so the devs can look at fixing the glitch. Although, as I've said in this video, I do hope the devs consider making this a feature in the new content, as I do think players would like this small change. Now, if you're not one of those people, perhaps you think having 2 exotic weapons is not a good idea, or maybe you don't mind that idea, but you don't like the idea of having 6 exotic pieces of gear equipped, then let me know in the comments down below why you feel that way, because personally, I don't see any downsides to it. I only see upsides, because for me, it's all about giving the player choice, and the devs did say that they want to create more ways for build variety with the new content, and this would be a small step in that direction. I don't see many amazing builds coming from that, but you just never know. And this one thing that that this community always do right is you can take the most trash piece of gear and weird setup and someone will make it work. So if they do allow us to have just fully exotics equipped, someone is going to make that work and it's going to be viable and it's going to be cool. So why not just give people that choice? Especially as I think the new content that's coming out is going to be the last content update for the Division 2. It makes sense to me that they would just go, do you know what? Let's just let the players have what they want. Let them build what they want with whatever they want and let them have fun. And that's ultimately what it's about. It's not so much about having the best build. It doesn't matter that it's not viable. It's about having fun. And I know for me personally, if I could run an all exotic build and 2 exotic weapons for fun, then I'm probably going to do it. Yeah, it's probably not going to work out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of that stuff just isn't going to work together. But it doesn't matter, in my opinion. That's not what it's about. But that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching today's video. If you have any topics relating to the Division that you want me to cover, the best way to reach me is on Twitter at EpicSlayers via DM. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I'd highly recommend you do. I don't post all the time, but I do post fairly often, and a lot of times what I post about it's got nothing to do with the Division. It's more about life and that sort of stuff. So if that's something you're perhaps interested in, you're probably not. My life's pretty boring, to be honest. But if it is, then yeah, go check it out over there. Unless something breaks tomorrow, as in news-wise, or something comes out, then I hope you all have a good rest of the week and weekend. And I will see you next week. Epic out.